Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to focus on translating coordinates on a grid. Well, now that sounds very fancy, but actually all it really means is moving coordinate points left and right and up and down on a grid. Here we've got a grid. We've got the origin marked 0, 0. There's 8 along the x-axis and 6 along the y-axis. You can see that there's a drone marked on the grid and it is located at 4, 2. Along the x-axis to 4 and up the y-axis to 2. If we want to move the drone to a different coordinate on the map, what we're doing is translating that coordinate. If we want the drone to move over the jetty, we need to instruct the drone to move 2 to the right and then 2 up. It's important that we can work out the final position of a coordinate translation without drawing the lines. Let's try one without drawing lines. The drone is now at the tower. So first of all, let me record the coordinates of the tower in brackets, and it is along the x-axis to 6, up the y-axis to 1 and close my brackets. It's at position 6, 1. And we want that drone to go all the way to the castle. It needs to move 5 to the left. Take a close look at the coordinate. Which number will change, the 6 or the 1? The x position will change because we're moving the drone horizontally, and it's the number on the x-axis that gives a point its horizontal position. 6 will change to 1. Once the drone is at the 1 position on the x-axis, it then needs to move up 2 to arrive at the castle. Moving up 2 will change our y number from 1 to 2, and you can see the new coordinate is. This grid shows the position of 3 points, P, Q and R. The translation from P to Q is 3 right and 1 up. I want us to get a little bit of practice translating points on a grid without drawing lines. Can we work out what translations these instructions to the right describe? Let's look at the first one. 3 left and 1 down. And we have to try and work out what is the starting coordinate and what is the translated coordinate. We need to try and apply some logic to our thinking. For example, if it's 3 left, well, it cannot be P because P is the leftmost point on the grid. Neither can that translation instruction begin at R, because if we have to move down 1, well, R is already the lowest point that's been marked on the grid. That leaves us with a starting point of Q. So begin at Q and translate that coordinate 3 left and 1 down. We can see that the translation is Q to P. What about the next one? B. 4 right and 3 down. Well, straight away we can rule out the starting point being at R because R is the rightmost point on the grid. We can rule out Q because again there's only 3 positions it can move to the right. So the starting position must be P. Beginning at P, follow the translation instruction to find out where the end point is. 4 right and 3 down. So the translation is P to R. I would like you to pause the video now and work through C, D and E. When you finish, just resume the video and we'll continue. This time our instruction is to translate rectangle A right 2 and down 4. The most accurate way of doing this is to move each of the vertices one at a time. Let's look at the vertex 6, 5 and we'll translate it right 2 and down 4 and we'll plot it just there at the position 8, 1. Now we'll do the same for the vertex that's at position 6, 7. We'll go right 2 and down 4 and we'll record the new translated position at 8, 3. Now we're ready to go back and pick a new vertex, the one at 3, 5, and again we're going to just do exactly the same. We're going to move across to right 2 and we're going to move down 4 and we can translate that point and record it. Now we're ready to translate that last vertex. I'm sure you can already work out where its translated point is on the grid. But let's just follow the method. We'll go to the last vertex, we move right 2 and down 4 and then we mark it on the grid, and we'll record the coordinate at 5, 3. The coordinates of the translated rectangle are 5, 3, 8, 3, 5, 1 and 8, 1. Let's look at this new question. Point A, which we can find at 1, 1, has been translated to a new point, 6, 4. Plot the translated rectangle and record the translated coordinate points. Well, straight away we can answer where the new translated point A is, and that is at 6, 4. Just as before, the most accurate way to complete this is by translating each point one at a time. Point A has already been translated, but we have to work out, well, what were the instructions? It has moved 5 right and then up 3. Let's record that instruction. We're going to move. We'll translate each of the vertices or the points B, C and D through the same instruction. To plot point B, we'll move to the right 5 and we'll go up 3. Point D and point C. So now we can join up those new coordinate points. It's always important to remember to answer the question in the space provided. So point B, the new coordinates for point B is 6, 6. The new coordinates for point C, 10, 6. And the new coordinate for point D. I hope you find this tutorial helpful and that you're more confident now when you're asked to translate coordinates on a grid.